Okay. Damn, I'm getting nervous.
We could
We just
do
went offline.
we could
We
redo,
just
worst case we could just redo the stream on mine. We-
it just went offline on YouTube and it got killed. So, um, are we
Really?
s- are we still live on Facebook? We're live again. Okay. Now we have 22 people live. Why did it disconnect? Should I just turn off Wi-Fi?
No, don't. I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Okay. Or is it just behind? Okay. So I think we're live. And let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's do that. Are we back on YouTube?
We
Nice.
have 300 plus people live, so I'm not exactly sure where. Yeah, we're live on the wrong name. So we'll have to change the name there. And on Facebook, I hope that we're live soon. I don't know what the. Does anybody know if we're live on Facebook? Okay. All right. So let's keep on going, guys. Okay. Dope. So let's keep going and let's just jump right into it. So Sunny, take over, and now we're gonna start just coding it up.
Let's do it, dude. So we now have the oh, I see. Yeah, I found it again. It's come under a different one, but that's completely fine. We can sort this out. Um, it's come under the WhatsApp clone with Manstack, Kazi. So just get the guys maybe change that.
They're changing it. Yeah.
Okay, dope. So now what we have, guys, is we pretty much have this starting ground. So we have, hello, clever programmers, let's build the Amazon store, right? So once we're at this point, what we want to do is we want to basically just do some markdown. So I like to comment things, and it keeps everything very sort of easy to understand. So let's go ahead and add our first comment. In this one, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and add the header. So we're going to go ahead and say the header first, because what we're going to do is we're first going to have a header, and then we're going to have a home component, right? So the header is essentially, what the fuck? So the header essentially is the going to be the top part of the Amazon app, right? So the header component on the Amazon app. Then we have the rest of the body, which we're basically going to be calling the home component, okay? So Kazi, what we could do is, I'm not sure if it's going to, if it may lag too much in showing this, but what we could do is show them the Facebook, no, the Amazon app if we've got it open.
Yep.
Have we got the deployment? Yep. So
Here.
we actually want to do, so the top part right there, so where it says Amazon at the top, that's going to be the header component. And then we have the home component, which is going to be underneath. Everything underneath it is in part of the home component. Everything above is the header component.
Got it.
Right? So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. And then what we're going to go ahead and do, guys, is we are going to go and create these components. So the first thing we're going to do is create a file called header.js. So Kazi, let's go ahead and create a header.js.
All right. I'll open this up. Right here, we'll go header. And this is, since this is going to be a component, whoops, let me go to this screen right here. Since this is going to be a component, guys, what we need to do is capitalize that H right there. So let's hit enter. And the code that this file is going to contain, hopefully if I can still draw, is this header that you guys see over here. So I'm going to grab that header right there. So that header that you guys see here, that's what's going to be in that file. Okay. So just to be very clear with what code goes there.
Exactly. So once we're inside that file, we're going to use something called Es7 Snippets. So in order to install these, you just need to go over to the extensions inside of React, inside of VS Code, sorry, and go ahead, type in ES7. And these are going to be the snippets that you see us using throughout the 3 days in these builds. This is going to help you be extremely fast with your development. and it allows you to do a really nice little shortcut that we use in every build, which is called RFCE. And when you type in RFCE, let's go ahead and follow. Yep, nice. When we type in RFCE, it actually goes ahead and it renders out a complete functional component with the correct name. So that's really cool. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give this a class name. And we're going to give this one class name of header because it's the header component. And then we're going to go ahead and also give this its own CSS file. So we need to go ahead and say inside this folder, let's go ahead and import the header.css. So before, what we now need to do is create a header.css file. So inside of our source folder, I'm going to create a header.css file, and you should see us pop into that file right any second now. So I have now just jumped inside of the header.css file. And you can see any CSS that we are going to include inside of our header component, we're pretty much going to write inside of this header.css file. And I can see a lot of people are coming back to this video now, which is awesome. We have everyone coming back. Nice.
Awesome, guys. Yeah, welcome back. It dropped down for a little bit, but we are still building the Amazon clone. And I just want to say, internet is being shaky, but we're here and we're going to persevere through the challenge. So just keep coming back. If it dies, just join us right back. For those of you who care about this, I know you guys will show up because we will just keep showing up for you. Okay. So I don't know if it happens again, because I know whenever you're trying to actually do something important, internet dies and like every problem in the world happens. Like crazy stuff started happening in the house too. But we're back and we're not going anywhere. So we're going to just keep coming back live. I don't care what it takes, but let's keep going, guys.
Exactly, guys. Let's get the energy back up. So what we're going to do inside of the header component is where basically we have the Amazon logo on the left. We have this nice, beautiful search in the middle. And then we have all of the icons and where it says hello, sign in, returns and orders, your prime, everything like that on the right-hand side. Now,
so hold on. So let me just ask you these questions, right? So on the left-hand side, we got this logo that you're talking about, the Amazon one.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's one thing that we're going to be building in this header. The second thing we're going to be building in the header is this search input field that's in the middle with the search icon, right?
Yeah.
The third thing we're going to build are these like nice little four things on the right-hand side, which we call children.
Exactly.
Got it. Beautiful. Okay.
Exactly that. Right. So inside of the code right now, what we're going to do is we're just going to sort of mask out each of them. Right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have an image component. So let's go ahead and add the image component. So it's my Emmet's not working, so that's fine. We can do this. This is going to be an image component. And the source for this one is just going to be a picture of Amazon. So I went ahead and grabbed a source of Amazon earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that in right here. It's like so. So there we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a class name. So a class name of header _ logo as such. So what we need to do now is styling is not working. 1 second, guys. Let's go ahead and make this look nicer. Yep. So then we have the image with the class name header logo and the source like so. That's going to be a picture of Amazon. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a div and everything. And so that middle search component, we're actually going to have a container, so a div. So div, and we're going to say div.header _ search like so. Right. And now with this, my Emmet's not working again. So I need to basically go ahead and do the following. Header like so. And then do this. Nice. And what we have here, guys, is the header search. So inside of here, we're going to basically have an input field and a search icon. So it's going to basically represent what we have as the finished product. So I'm going to go ahead and chuck in a input right here. So an input field, and that's going to be the header search. And then we're also going to have a logo, but we're going to come back to this. And this is where we use Material UI to go ahead and get that logo.
The one that I'm highlighting, that's going to be the Amazon logo, right? Or no?
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be the Amazon logo.
Got it. And then this search is going to be that thing right there.
Exactly, bro. Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be the middle bit. And the final right-hand side is going to be what we call the header nav. So let's go ahead and check that right now. So the header nav as such. So over here, we really need Prettier to work. Super annoying.
Prettier is not working. Okay, I'll try hitting save. I think that should work.
Yeah. Save.
I
Let me
just
go
did
ahead
it.
and just
Yep,
double
I
check.
just hit
As
save.
let me quickly do one thing. It might make it quick. Format on save.
Oh yeah, so guys, you
Yeah.
can do this as well. We have an extension called Prettier. So this is a good extension for you to get if you don't have it already. And once you install it, okay, hold on, let me see. You can just hit Command comma or just go to settings, top here, and then you can basically do, if I look for format on save, you could do hit check mark on format on save, and then every time you save, it will like format your code and make it look pretty.
Exactly. Exactly, guys. You want to go ahead and do that, and then that will get it working. And now what you want to do is for the header nav. Kazi, maybe let's do the auto save every 5 seconds. That would be kind of cool.
Oh, I thought we had it on. No?
No, I think we maybe got that off because that might be a easier way of formatting it.
Okay,
Let's do auto
so
save.
where does that show up? Hold on. Auto
So,
save after delay. Yeah, it's after delay.
oh, okay. So it's saving. Okay.
500 milliseconds after every five.
Okay, cool. So we've got the header nav. So now what we're going to do is inside of the header nav, we're going to have a few different options. But let's go ahead and actually fill out things because let's get the local host running. So let's get local host 3000 showing up on the right. We can do that in a sec. So for now, guys, we had the header underscore nav. And inside of here, what we're going to do is we're going to have three different options, right? So we're going to have a few different divs. So I'm going to go ahead and create a div, and each one is going to be resemblant of what we have on the right hand side where it says hello sign in, where it says returns and orders, where it says your prime. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that in as so. So we've got that here. And this is going to say class name like this, and we're going to say header underscore underscore option. And I'm going to go ahead, and this will basically be where you have where, for example, where it says hello sign in. So you see on the top left, it'll say something like hello sign in. Those are the sort of things that we're going to have inside of these divs. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, copy it, and that'll be a second one, and that'll be a third one. Let's go ahead and format this in nicely. There we go. Now, for this bit, guys, what we're going to do is we are going to sort of span in some stuff here. So I'm going to go ahead and create. So for the first option, we're going
So
to
when you
have
say options,
hello.
what are you referring to?
So this one right here on the top, on the right hand side, so the where it says hello sign in, returns and options,
Okay,
all of
so
those are considered as header options.
so let me just be clear. So this, so for example, this over here is probably referring to this one thing, and that's like
Yep,
option one, right?
exactly.
And then this is option two. This is option
Yep,
three, and then
yep,
this over here is option four, right?
exactly.
We don't know why we call it option, but that's just kind of the naming convention.
Yeah, I mean, we can call it, you can call it whatever you guys want. We've gone with option today because it's a navbar option. So it's like inside of the navbar, it's an option inside the navbar. But you can call it anything you want. Just make sure that it's consistent when you go to style it inside of your CSS file.
Got it.
So that will save you a lot. Right. So now inside of header option, we're going to have two span tags, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and drop the first span tag in right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do span. The class name for this one is going to be, let's go ahead and drop a class name. It's going to be header underscore underscore option line one, right? So this is going to be the first line. And inside of this one, what we're going to have, this is going to say, this one's going to say, hello, Sunny, right? And we're going to make this sort of, but in this case, or we could just say hello user or hello guest because we're not going to be logged in right now. We're going to paste it again. So we're going to copy that line of code, paste it. And we're going to change the to. And the second line in this case was, let's go ahead and do sign in. Right, so it's going to be a sign in button. Now, what I want you guys to do is go ahead and copy these two lines of code, paste it here. Make sure your indentation is clean. Use Prettier, it will help you out. Go ahead and do the same thing here. Make sure. And for the second one, what we're going to have is we're going to say returns. And down here, we're going to say and orders. And for the third one, we're going to say your over here, and we're going to say prime. Like so, okay?
Yep.
So we've got hello guest, sign in, returns orders, and your prime. Now, with that said, what we're going to have is at the end of it, so we have all of those options. We have those three options. So let's go and load up our local host, Kazi.
Nice. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to our local host here, and we're gonna hit save or hit
Yep.
refresh. So there we go. That's our local host.
Now the reason why it's not showing up, guys, is because we have inside of app.js here, we actually haven't rendered the header component. So
Yep.
to render it, what we need to do is go ahead and do the following. We need to say header, like so. That's how we use a component. But then we're gonna actually
And
need to go ahead
all
and
all we're
import
doing
it.
here, guys, is the code that we wrote in this file called header.js. We didn't put it into our app.js, so that's exactly what he's doing. He's gonna import it right there, and then he's gonna
Yep,
literally use that exact component and right here, and that's why it's
exactly.
showing up right underneath. And now you can see all of these things are showing up right there. Yep.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So now what we are going to do is we are going to go and so now it should render. So you can see all the stuff is popping on the screen. Now the reason why you can't see the Amazon text is simply because it is a white piece of text. So it's going to be on a white background, so it's not going to be very clear. So let's go ahead and style some of this stuff so it looks a little bit more clean and visual to see.
Yep.
So what we're going to do here is let's go and head over to our header.css. And the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is if you notice here, we have the header container. We're going to go ahead and style that. So I'm going to say for the header, let's go ahead and say give the following rules. Okay. So I'm going to give it a height of 60 pixels, a display of flex, and then we're going to say display flex. Then we're going to say align item center, background color, and this is the Amazon background color. So you can see it's giving it a black background color. And then position sticky, so it means it'll stick to the top. So as we scroll down, it'll stick there, and a Z index of 100.
This
So
is a really
just
good
copy
comment.
this.
I just want to highlight this as you guys are watching this. We have Carlos, and he just says, he's like, hey, yo, Kazi, I'm here watching while I head out to show a few homes. So that's epic, dude. That's awesome. And he goes, wish that I could code at the same time, but I hope that it gets recorded. He says, watching while driving. I don't recommend it, but I'm serious to learn for your information. So that is epic. Just be careful, please, while you're driving. And also, this is going to be recorded. So if you're watching this and you're like, hey, just like Carlos, like I can't keep up with this right this second, don't worry. You can always watch the recordings. All right. And we have the Slack community, everybody to help you out. But we're going to be going through at a pretty fast pace just so we can show and demonstrate everything.
Exactly, guys. And then that way, when you watch it back, you can watch it back slower. You can watch it back, keep stopping the video. And as you need to do it, you can do it. So like that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is you see that image is huge, right? It's very hard to see what's going on with that image. So what we did is we went ahead and gave our image the header logo class. So we're going to go ahead and target that header logo. And we're going to make it look a lot cleaner. So we're going to go ahead and target the header logo like so. And here,
Damn,
what we're
that
going to
looks
do
clean
is,
already.
what was that?
It's already starting to look clean. Like, boom,
Yeah,
just with
dude,
that one line.
exactly. Yeah, so you see that one line. So we've got this like one little bit of code here. We've got the width of 100 pixels. Object fit contain means that it is essentially going to keep its aspect ratio. So it looks very clean when we do that. Margin here is saying 0 on the top. I think it's top and bottom, 20 on left and right. And margin top of 18 pixels. Nice. So we have that in place. That looks good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to let's go ahead and actually fix the header search. So we need the logo inside of our header search. So Kazi, let's go ahead and open up firstly, let's go ahead and get rid of where it says hello clever programmers because it looks a little bit confusing. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that, save. Now we've just got the Amazon bar at the top. So that looks clean. Now, what I want to do is show you guys how to install Material UI into your project. So Kazi, let's head over to Material UI.
Yep. Let's do it. So now I'm going to open a new tab and we're going to go Material UI. And this is what we're using for all the icons. So if you guys look over here, the basket icon that we have at the top right, or we have the search icon, all of this is coming from Material UI. That's why we're here. And in order to install it, guys, make sure you copy this line of code that says npm install Material UI core. I'm going to hit Command J, and then I'm going to go to my command line that I'm currently not using. I'm just going to cd into my Amazon clone, and I'm going to hit Command V to paste what I copied. and boom, now it's installing this. As this installs, what I'm gonna do is, what is it, Sunny? Is it fonts?
Yep.
So I'm gonna go here,
No, it's icons.
icons. There we
Icons.
go.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go and click on icons. All right.
Yeah.
And then scroll down to where it says search the full list of icons. Thank you. So click where it says search the full list of icons. And before you do that, make sure you copy this line that says npm install material UI icons. That's another installation you're going to need. I'm going to pop that in here and I'm going to hit paste and hit enter. All right. And as this, I'm going to click where it says search the full list of these icons. Now it's going to take me in there. Boom. And now if I type in anything like search or whatever have you, it should pop up those icons. And even when you need the code for them, you just click into it and it's going to actually give you the code that you can write to pop that icon into your app. So it's really, really epic.
Exactly. Yeah, and we're going to use that, guys. If you see us pulling in code to your app or at any point, this is how we go ahead and find those icons. So let's go ahead and start using that stuff. So inside of our header.js, what we are going to do is go to our header.js and we are going to go ahead and use an icon called the search icon. So in order to pull this into our project, we actually went ahead and installed that earlier. I think it's still installing, right, Kazi?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna need to wait for that to install. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to wait for that one to go ahead and install. Let's just see.
Wait for what to install?
The material UI. Oh yeah, there we go.
Both of it
There we go.
installed.
Yeah, mine was a bit delayed. Nice. Okay, so that's been installed now. So now what we need to do is go to the top and import the search icon. So up here, we need to go ahead and import search icon from material UI search icons. There we go. And then what we're going to do is head over down to the bottom. And we are going to go ahead and have inside of the header search div, the search icon like so. Okay. Now, if we go ahead and save this and go back to our local host, we should be able to see it's actually going to be very dark, right? So it's actually going to be very dark to see. So we gave it a class name of
it's
header
there, but
search
it's like
icon.
impossible. Yeah, it's just really dark. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's very, very dark. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and make that very visible at this point. So to go ahead and give that some color, what we're going to do is we're going to go target it. So we're going to say go to the header search icon, and then we are going to go ahead and say give it some padding, some height, and a background color. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and give it the following styles and then save. And you guys can now see it's got a background color, which is the Amazon orange, right? And then we have a padding of 5 pixels and a height of 22 pixels. Okay, now you see the alignment is all messed up, right? The alignment is all messed up.
Yeah,
so we're going to go ahead and use Flexbox.
Funky.
Yeah, it's all wonky right now.
Yep.
To fix that, what we do is we say target the header search.
Ooh, are we going to be using Flexbox here?
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be using Flexbox.
Hey, I love me some Flexbox.
Exactly, guys. So Flexbox is going to really help you get the responsive design. It's going to allow you to restructure things on a web page very easily. And what we're going to do is we're going to include this code right here. So we're going to say display flex. We're going to say flex1. I'll explain what this does in a sec. Align item center is what was responsible for pulling that logo centrally with the input field. And then we're giving it a border radius of 24 pixels. Now, the interesting part here, guys, is that you can see header search is actually surrounding the input field and the search icon. So that's why when we did display flex, everything went into a row, because when you apply display flex,